would describe K-pop on a general level as Korean pop music, obviously, but on a deeper, more personal level, it's one of those like types of music that makes you grow as a person and helps define who you are. The culture of K-pop itself is they managed to intertwine both singing, dancing, and rapping. And I thought that was a very intriguing thing because a lot of the Western artists here, they're solely rappers, they're solely dancers, they're solely singers. But to have a kind of music style where everything's combined and it looks so cool, that's what got me into it. The dancing, I started doing it because I wanted to feel that kind of like confidence and power. No matter what the song, I felt myself getting more confident and comfortable with my body too. And back then I had very like bad like body issues and body image and self-esteem and stuff. There was one K-pop idol that really got me too. His name's Jackson Wang. He in particular really helped me. So like the dancing itself helped me feel confident with just like showing off and getting out of my comfort zone physically, but with my insecurities and like mental and emotional stuff, he really helped me in the sense that like someone asked him what his like ideal type of woman was, and he was like, I like a girl who's tan, who's a little bit thicker, and you know, who's charismatic and who's got her own little charm. And there was just something about that like knowing I was like 75% of his ideal type, there was just something about that made me so much more confident about myself. The music, as well as the dances, as well as the idols, the people, they helped me become a better person. And the K-pop club in general, they're just such like beautiful souls that they help keep that positivity in my life. I'm just happy that K-pop is coming over into the US and bringing Asia the representation I've always wanted it to have.
Expression is key. Expression is like the only thing that exists. Like it's very much so like unpolished. It's kind of like all about like attitude, like concepts, and kind of like fun. Before I saw K-pop, it was kind of like the world was kind of bland. It was like, wow, like I'm seeing something different than I've ever seen before. Where I grew up, you couldn't really express yourself in certain ways. The idea of like creativity and being involved in art, it wasn't accepted and it wasn't encouraged. I think I wanted to escape from suppression of expression. I definitely tried to express myself through clothes. And honestly, I didn't care. I really didn't care. I was just like, you know, my idols are doing it, so what? Yeah, the way that the idols would move definitely impacted me as well. Like from a simple like hand gesture, I never seen anything so like impactful, alluring. I think my first dance practice was like Sistar. And so I learned like a couple of dances from Sistar because like the way that they moved was like so different. And I kept learning dances and it was like a hobby for me when I was little. And more as I continued to grow, I started to take those things for myself. I started to try to like curate my own movements and come up with my own idea of movement with choreography and things like that. My features just wasn't the same as the other kids I grew up around. I guess when you're a light-skinned black person, sometimes people who have more melanin, the kids who have more melanin, may think like, oh, you look really different, and you know, they will try to like diminish your confidence and your outlook and esteem. They're people of color, and they are usually the last people to have like an appeal, like to have mass appeal. That association that we both shared with the like Asian community and people like me, I connected those two together, like to create this space where everyone is beautiful, no matter how you look, no matter what features you have, you're still desirable, you're still talented. I was very excited. I was very excited that there'll be a place where, people who probably have like the same admiration for talent and diversity. Like, it'll finally be a place for us to just discuss, to talk, and to have fun, and just indulge.
K-pop is kind of like a lifestyle. As you get into it more, it becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of your day. And you adopt the music, you adopt the food, the language, even like friends, and just the traditions of Korean culture in general. You start to make friends who understand you, and you guys become part of this huge family, and you guys understand each other. You know the jokes, you know the music, you know the lyrics, but you all have this community where you can share it together. I wanted the club to be a place where people like me who felt lost when they listened to K-pop and they didn't have anybody to share it with. And I wanted to inspire them in some way that we can listen to this music and find ourselves and learn how to love ourselves together. We can all come to this positive space of non-judgment. K-pop had the most impact on my life was in high school, because like most people in high school, we don't know who we are and we don't know what we want to do. And I went through this point in my life where I kept questioning, what should I do and who am I? And I was struggling to find a passion. And, my parents, they're like, what do you want to do in the future? What's your career? And I was struggling just personally with, identifying myself, finding my own community in high school. When K-pop came into my life, especially when I started listening to BTS, they always were promoting the idea of not caring what others think about you and being yourself. And I took that to heart, and I started to love myself, and I started to understand what they were saying and what I needed to do for myself. Like, even Jungkook was my age back then. I said, oh my gosh, he's in our generation, he's my age. Like, why can't I do that? He's traveling the world, he's doing what he wants, following his dreams. And that inspired me to look back at myself and find my own passion, which I forgot how much I love to write and how much I love videos and movies and TV shows. The music in K-pop in general just makes you feel good, and it gives you this vibe of, personal inspiration. But BTS did definitely move me forward to the person I am today, to help people understand that they can love themselves as well.
난 네 거야.